When you think of West Virginia, you always hear the song, Almost Heaven, West Virginia. It really is.
Approximately 60 million visitors come to the Mountain State each year to escape urban life and enjoy whitewater rafting, hiking, mountain biking, ATV trails, spectacular country vistas, small towns, culture and heritage, and entertainment. Tourism has grown to become one of the largest economic sectors in West Virginia, supporting over 40,000 jobs. Voices of Change, stories of tourism development in West Virginia. The city of Elkins, West Virginia is located at the heart of West Virginia's Mountain Highlands. The community was incorporated in 1890 and named in honor of Stephen Benson Elkins, a United States Senator from West Virginia. The founders developed railroad lines, coal mines, and timbering. They built the West Virginia Central and Pittsburgh Railway into Elkins and opened a vast territory to industrial development in the late 1890s. By 1906, the town boasted of European-style hotels, opera houses, banks, a YMCA, a tannery, and a brewery. The city had already attracted hundreds of rail and timbering workers, as well as business entrepreneurs, all looking to make Elkins their home.
As far as the heritage of the area, Elkins was built because of the railroad. So was every other town except Beverly. You can't downplay the importance of what the railroading was to why we're here.
As the railroad expanded, Elkins experienced the luxury of passenger train service. In 1930, 18 passenger trains were arriving and leaving Elkins daily. By the late 1950s, the logging boom had ended, passenger service was discontinued, and by the end of the 1980s, all rail activities ceased.
We made our proposal based on tourism, and we came up with the idea that we could use the whole railroad or portions of the whole railroad to operate tourist trains on. They ended up with 132 miles of railroad track.
By the turn of the 21st century, the rail yard began to be vibrant again. With a recently redeveloped depot area and tourist train service, the sound of train whistles has returned to the community. Today, Elkins serves as a gateway to the nearly 1 million acre Monongahela National Forest. Elkins is a charming community, offering residents and visitors a unique opportunity to experience a wealth of outdoor recreation activities, as well as a diversity of arts, entertainment, and heritage attractions. Downtown Elkins is home to a number of unique shops, diverse dining, arts, and theater. Davis & Elkins College provides a cultural backdrop and is the home to the Augusta Heritage Center. The Mountain State Forest Festival has been held in early October every year since 1934.
One of the largest segments of our tourism industry that we have is outdoor recreation, hunting and fishing. Again, Elkins is a gateway. It's a gateway to some of the most pristine trout streams in the world.
The amount of arts, whether they are visual or tactile or drama or music, that's something that draws tourists, I feel. It also draws new residents, and that's an important part of growth and development of the community.
The American Mountain Theater, the Gandy Dancer Theater, and that type of Branson-style entertainment, that segment has grown quite a bit.
It wasn't even on anybody's radars 6 years ago, and now it's a huge part of what the community's looking to do, how they're looking to grow. It has a lot of people have told us that tourism here in Elkins has really just changed the face of the town.
So all in all, we have 4 tourist trains that operate on our railroads here, and it's been very successful. Every year over year, there's been an increase. And then we added Polar Express 2 years ago. Close to 10,000 people rode it last year. We're going up to 15,000 for our bookings. We already have over 3,000 tickets sold. It's a big deal.
The community of Elkins has and continues to experience the benefits and challenges of developing a sustainable community-based tourism economy. As you listen to the community's story, think about these 4 questions. Number 1, what was accomplished? 2, how did they do it? 3, Who was involved? 4. What opportunities and challenges are they facing? Successful community tourism development is built on communication, partnerships, a community vision, and a long-term commitment to bring that vision to fruition. It embraces 5 core values: maintaining authenticity and a sense of place, providing a quality experience, economic diversification, obstacles to opportunities, and shared benefits and local control. Community tourism development maintains a commitment to the community's authenticity and sense of place. It recognizes, preserves, and enhances the community's assets and values while remaining open to sustainable growth and change.
I think a lot of what we do is tied to the place. I mean, the music is, a lot of the dance. It's not artificial. It's who we are here.
There's a uniqueness to Elkins and Randolph County. This mix here of the heritage and the culture and the outdoor opportunities, I think is really special.
We don't want to be any town USA. And I know that's a cliche statement, but it's really true. We don't want to become the strip mall type of place that you can go anywhere. We want to be unique, someplace that people can come and feel like they're in a different world. Keeping true to the history and the culture and the environment of Elkins is very important as we develop. You want to grow, you want to expand, but you want to do it in a responsible way to where you don't lose your identity.
My philosophy is if they've had a good time, they see what there is in Elkins, maybe they'll come back, and maybe they'll come back and shop with me, or maybe they'll come back to Elkins.
There is very much a sense of place here. But I think maybe that got its origins clear back when this is a playground for the wealthy. Not just a playground for anybody's middle class. And that's fine, we like having you here.
Successful community tourism provides a quality experience for both visitors and residents. Visitors leave satisfied, excited to return, and eager to share their experiences. Residents maintain a high quality of life and a positive attitude toward tourism.
We hear at the visitor center every day people saying these people are great. They're very accommodating. They're very nice. I think they like it here. I think that's probably half of the experience they get is from the people, not from the business itself or the services. You're selling the experience, not the business.
When I came here, you were just so embraced by the community and the people. It wasn't like they're trying to bring you in for the economy. They're bringing you in because they're just that type of people. And that's what I loved about Elkins.
It is really one person's experience and one person at a time. If 50 people get off the bus, you know, how can we ensure that 50 people have a good experience all at the same time? I always like it when they're hugging you on the way out the door saying, "We'll be back."
Tourism can be a component of a successful economic development strategy, but cannot on its own sustain the entire community. However, the amenities offered by tourism development often entice other industries and workers seeking to relocate, further strengthening the region's economic base.
We have one person here in the community, for example, who's an engineer for Boeing Aircraft in Seattle. But she likes Elkins. She likes raising her kids here. So those are the kind of folks you're going to attract with quality of life changes.
And I think tourism gives a lot of opportunity for small entrepreneurs. Your artisans, your small businesses, tour guides, plus the resource management professionals who support this.
Augusta brings a lot of people in. After they've had their workshops, we always have an influx of people requesting relocation packets. They want to live here.
We've had a number of people come to ski and decided they wanted a nice place to retire, and this was it.
When I'm looking to recruit businesses or helping existing businesses attract senior management officials and people that would have to relocate, I tell them if you can get them here, then you've got them. because people just fall in love with Elkins.
We have had some service industries that have located here, and I think that's one of the things that they look at is, you know, if the employees are going to locate here, what is it that's out there for them to do from a recreational for them and their families?
Durban and Greenbrier, we pay railroad retirement, so it's a good job. The other places that are connected with it have people who are making a decent living on.
Tourism, historically, it's employed a lot of people, but it hasn't always had the high wages attached with those jobs. As it's becoming more prominent in Elkins and throughout Randolph County, you've seen those wages go up. You've seen more people employed. You've seen new businesses open. You've seen new attractions come. You've seen new infrastructure.
Obstacles to growth are inherent. Successful communities recognize these obstacles, frame them as opportunities, and actively seek solutions for positive economic, social, and environmental outcomes.
The problem is, you have a hotelier that's only filled these particular times, and we're trying to encourage them to build more. They say, gee, we're only filled 60% capacity on a year-round basis, but they're filled 150% capacity when we need them. and so we've got, I think it's up to us to stretch that season out and figure out how to make that work. Tourism is traditionally seasonal, and you know, that's got to make it really economically feasible for more investment. It has to stretch out.
You know, some nights we've had as much as 6 or 7 buses wrapped around this building. It's brought millions of dollars to town.
As things come in, yeah, we could definitely become a Four Seasons, and you know, there are water parks and different things being built in other communities, and we haven't looked at that a whole lot, but those kind of things could make the winter months fill the rooms and increase the tourism, make it a little more less seasonal.
I think one of the things that we want to make sure is that we have the resources available, that the downtown merchants stay open to accommodate those folks when they get here and they get in off the bus.
As the train traffic builds with Polar Express and special events, they're trying to steer those people downtown before or after the event to shop or dine. They're having to adjust their hours, which for small towns is very tough too, because you have to have more personnel, but you've got to have profit to hire those folks. So they're doing some adjustments.
And of course, with increased people, you have increased traffic and occasionally longer wait times at restaurants and things like that. But those are great problems to have.
When something new starts to happen, it means change, and change is frightening to most people. But in this case, the change has been positive because it's been an economic boost to a place that needed it, places that needed it.
Community tourism development is most effective when the community speaks with a shared voice. Partnerships, dialogue, and recognition of the community's varied interests and attractions encourage local ownership and support for development and marketing initiatives. By working towards shared goals, government, business, and residents can create synergies that benefit the entire community.
There's a kind of a camaraderie here in Elkins among people who are involved in things. I'm real pleased we've been able to work closely together with not only with the county, but with various state organizations too, the Department of Highways and economic development folks, and a number of units of government that we're getting some real results.
Volunteers literally donate hundreds and hundreds of hours, and I think your community has to be willing to make that commitment to whatever project it is to pull that off.
Nobody can do it alone. It's like one person trying to work alone. You just have to have others involved. There's different ways of doing things, different ways of seeing things.
In 2008, we started a vacation packaging department here at the theater. We know that people, they're not going to come to Elkins to see our show and turn around and go home. They want the whole experience, and we started this department in order to give them that whole experience on a platter. We're not focused just on our own success, but success of tourism in general.
I think that's a tourism truism, you know, that if you're going to do something, it has to be in harmony with what everybody else wants to see done.
When you see your community having meetings, once a day for every single week that are trying to plan better organizations or events or, river cleanups, when you see that energy being used, you can't not say that it's being successful.
The community of Elkins has experienced success and challenges with tourism development. The key elements of tourism: a diverse attraction base, quality products and services, effective marketing, and strong partnerships do not guarantee success without a long-term vision, a plan, and a commitment throughout the community to make it work.
If you would have told people 10 years ago that you'll have one tourist attraction that will bring nearly 40,000 people to the area, they probably would have laughed and said, what do you think we are, Branson or something of that nature? But it's happened, and it's not only that attraction, but another attraction in the railroad, and then you have not only one theater, but then another, a second theater, and the arts community growing and becoming a certified arts community.
If you compare us to those types of tourist attraction economies, so Branson, Missouri, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, you can look and see that there's huge potential for complementary attractions. Every tourist economy that we are somewhat modeled after started at our size.
You have to have a vision, and you have to be creative in what you're going to do to attract people here, and you have to be continually thinking, how am I going to promote my community?
I think there's starting to be a vision. I think there's a lot of room for the vision to expand and for more people to get on board.
We're growing. We could grow too fast and not do a good job. So it's going to take a lot of folks, and they all have to agree this is the plan that we need to go toward so that everybody can reap the benefits.
You have to continue to have the community buy-in and the support, and really just goes back to remaining true to what you're doing. You want to stick to a plan, develop your community the way that best suits you, and then implement it. And that's how you can be sustainable.
I think all of us should be proud. The whole community should hold their head up over this. If you were here during the Polar Express event, you had happy people eating, riding the train, going downtown to the Santa's workshops. It was exactly the way it should have been.
Evening, silence, clouds drift from the mountainside.